What's going on, guys? This can be my own, personal opinion here, but hey, Sony execs, how is that argument going for you that nobody likes or plays your old titles because the graphics are so fucking janky? How is that argument going for you? Because the fans who bought an Xbox Series S have made it to where, through emulation and obvious modding, they can play those PlayStation 2 games, and there's quite a following for it. How's that argument going for you? You're looking stupid. And I don't give a fuck if that offends you, PlayStation ponies. I don't care. The fact that the bosses over at PlayStation make blatant, stupid comments like, nobody likes playing PlayStation games that are old. Those graphics are for shit. This just makes them look incompetent. Nobody likes playing PlayStation old games. PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1. That's weird because they emulated this shit perfectly fine for Series S, probably even the Series X, which gives Microsoft the ability to steal your own customers out from under you fucking idiots. Yeah, it's cool you got PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games, but now I got a reason to go run out and buy an Xbox Series, because I can do on the Series what I can't do on your own fucking console. Justify that however you want. Make it make sense to you however you want. But I'd be damned if Sony is going to be able to take this lying down. I know it's through emulation. I know that's not necessarily smiled upon by either Microsoft or Sony, but Sony, this is the community. Whether you're an Xbox fan or a Sony fan, this is the community doing this to you. This is exactly what that is. Due to the fact your own execs came out and made that stupid fucking statement about how nobody should be playing PlayStation 1 games. And I said this to a friend of mine. We were talking about the whole, Mario Kart game and why it's so popular. And I explained to him how franchises that move forward and have a huge following base work. They don't start out like that overnight. They start off like with Mario Kart. It started out in the early 90s. Here we are, it's 2020. And they've had growth between since then and now. They've had all that room to make mistakes, correct mistakes, to give us what we have today. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it is a long way from where it was. And you have what we call loyal customers when it comes to things like Mario Kart. Now, why are those customers loyal? Because they want to play the next installment. They want to see what you did different from the other games, because maybe you didn't play it on Super Nintendo. Maybe you didn't play it until you were like me and you got to play it on the Switch. Not the Switch, but the Super Nintendo Mini. But so what? I picked up Mario Kart back on the N64 and I've been playing it ever since. I played it on the DS. I play it on the 3DS even today. Even today, as this video is coming out, I still play it. It is on my 3DS right now, and I have actually played it yesterday, in fact. So this idea that people only want what's new and what's coming out and all that, well, yeah, people were always going to want the newest thing. People don't necessarily forget what got them to that spot. Especially in gaming. If it wasn't for Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo, there probably wouldn't be a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. There probably wouldn't be a Mario Kart, whatever that thing's called, with the RC car. You know what I'm saying? There'd probably been an RC car with Mario in it, and it, just because it had Mario in it, would have been called a Mario Kart. But like, had it not been through trials and tribulations and growth over the years, nobody give a fuck about a Mario Kart. See what I'm saying? So when you make stupid statements like the execs at Sony, which is why I always say they're fucking dumb. I don't care how much money you make. Your PR section needs to be slapped. The people in control of what your execs say need to be fired, because whoever keeps passing these along to the people that are able to get these words out there need to be fired. It does nothing to make you look good, okay? The fact that on Xbox Series, I think it's S right now, but maybe Series X as well, I can play my PlayStation 2 games, and the community for that is still growing. It's catching more and more and more steam. And the reason B is because before the PS5 came out, you got caught lying about backwards compatibility. You were giving Microsoft all the advantage here in a generation where it's not 2013. Microsoft didn't faceplant with the reveal this time. And plus, Microsoft has one advantage over you, and that is hard drive space if you go by the X. Whereas PlayStation 5 comes with a measly 825 before the OS and firmware, and it's like 600 and something after. Xbox gives you a full terabyte. You don't want to give them too much leeway here, Sony. You don't want to give them too much leeway because, yes, your shit's selling out great right now, but a lot of that comes from scalpers. And your numbers might not increase so much until you replenish the market. And even then, the money you have now, which is perfectly fine, I'm not saying anything against that. I'm just saying, until you get it to where it's truly replenished, you got to remember those numbers you're looking at, they're not as impressive as you think. Yes, they sold that amount of fucking consoles, but not to individual people. Remember, scalpers are sitting on hundreds of them. So when you start calculating that down and going, okay, minus 100 for this scalping group, minus 300-400 for this scalping group, and then this guy bought one, that guy bought one, you're like, oh, that is a lot less. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot that plays into effect here, and I'm not trying to downplay the PS5. I really don't give a shit, because there's not a game released on the PS5 that's worth $70 fucking dollars. There's not one that's coming out for the Xbox that's worth $70 fucking dollars. So I have no give a damn. The thing that makes this interesting to me is the fact that Sony execs are looking pretty fucking stupid right now, considering their own content can't be played on their own fucking console, but their competition, it's able to be played, giving their competition an incentive to their own players to put that PS5 down and come on this side. That is where I'm talking about. That's what I'm bringing to the table here. I'm not talking about the power. I'm not talking about the memory. I'm not talking about the exclusives. I'm talking about the simplistic fact that even Sony themselves can't play their own fucking content that was theirs way back when. All due to the fact that they have execs who believe nobody plays that shit. So if you're a PS5 owner and you want to play PS2 games, but you don't want to buy a PS2, or you're just, say you're sitting on an Xbox and you're like, I got a shitload of PlayStation games, my PS2 died a couple days ago, whatever, mod that bitch and you're able to play it. I don't know the programming and all that, but it's very interesting. It is very interesting, and it makes you, over at Sony, it makes you look bad. No matter how you slice it. Oh, well, they could implement it. Yeah, they could. Did they? They did not. So it makes you look bad. And the fact that you have the community doing this, not just the game, not just Xbox. Xbox didn't put this out there. This was the community of gamers that like to mod their consoles. I'm one of them. Going, you know what would be really cool? Let's play some PlayStation 2 games. And they did it. That's the part that makes you look stupid, because you're going out of your way. You know, nobody wants to play an old PS2 game. It looks terrible. These games look pretty good on the Xbox Series S. I'm not saying they wouldn't look worse or better on the PS5, but you gotta think, PlayStation playing their own content, how could it look bad if you show it a little bit of love? So, I don't know.